Mr. Speaker, the California Center for Jobs and the Economy has just released an absolutely stunning report that shows how deeply Governor Gavin Newsom has driven our state's economy into the ground. Among the findings was that for the month of January, job growth in our state was, well, non-existent. The number of net jobs that were added to the California economy was exactly 0 for the month of January. By comparison, Texas added 27,900, Florida added 16,500, even New York added 20,100. California added 0. Indeed, California is one of only 5 states in the country that has not recovered the jobs that it lost during the COVID shutdowns. And as things now stand, our unemployment rate is the second highest in the country, second highest out of all 50 states. And indeed, there are 1 million Californians who are unemployed, and that has been true for 13 straight months. What's more, even those jobs that have been created in the COVID recovery are entirely government or government-dependent jobs. So, to quote the spokesperson or the head of the California Business Roundtable, Rob Lapsley, to put it more directly, other than in trade, California has not grown jobs during the past 4 years of recovery. It has bought them with public funds. We would have 0 job growth, 0 recovery if it weren't for government jobs. And what's more beyond that, even when you look at folks who are employed, the average number of hours per week is shrinking in California as well. This is truly stunning when you consider everything that our state has to offer. Not only being a place that has a greater diversity of natural wonders and attractions and beauty than just about any place on earth, but has so many dynamic, thriving industries, so many incredible companies and employers, such a rich history of innovation, of driving the nation forward. Somehow, this governor and the existing legislature have managed to turn it into the state that does the absolute worst when it comes to jobs of any state in the country. So why is that the case? Well, it's no mystery. You can just look at misguided policy after misguided policy, which has served to discourage companies from starting, discourage companies from adding jobs, discourage companies from staying here, and indeed has made more people leave this state than any other for several consecutive years. I'm working on legislation in Congress inasmuch as we can use the levers we have here at the federal level to try to bring some sanity back to the economic policy environment in California. Because there are areas where federal and state policy intersect. For example, we are getting rid of all of these EV mandates, or electric train mandates, or electric truck mandates, or electric lawnmower mandates. And I will soon be introducing a Congressional Review Act resolution to end Gavin Newsom's plan to ban gas-powered cars in California. But beyond that, there are a number of state policies that everyone knows are causing immense harm and yet remain on the books. So if our state's leadership has the chance to look at this report and get a little dose of reality and has any inclination to actually try to turn things around and help folks in our state, here are a few suggestions. Repeal AB 5, which has effectively banned independent contracting in our state and put countless freelancers out of work. Overturn the Private Attorney General's Act, PAGA, which is the bane of many small businesses' existence and accounts for the non-existence of many that have been forced to close because of the harassing lawsuits that it leads to. Re-examine every mandate that we place on employers, especially those that don't exist in any other state, and evaluate the impact they have on the incentive to hire. Take a cue from President Trump, who has said we are going to repeal 10 regulations for every new regulation that we offer. If there's any place where the regulatory thicket can rival or even surpass that of the federal government, it is the bureaucracy that we have in California. And speaking of the bureaucracy, find ways to rein in these massive, unelected policy-making bodies we have in California, such as CARB, the California Air Resources Board. These are just a few suggestions, but our state has absolutely enormous potential that currently is being dramatically underutilized. And it's truly a sad thing, as we see it in every community in this state. You see your favorite restaurant or another cherished small business that suddenly closes its doors for good. And you see so many of our fellow citizens who are lacking for the sort of opportunities that a well-governed state would allow them. So I would hope, if anything could be a wake-up call, then this latest stunning report with this very round number of 0 new jobs will serve as that wake-up call that can catalyze and motivate some real reform in California.